All right, let's dive in. Today, we're exploring a really fascinating and honestly pretty intense corner of the crypto world. We're going to go beyond just the blockchain and look at these powerful subcultures where a financial investment starts to look a whole lot more like, well, unwavering faith. Picture this: a crowded convention hall, lights flashing, a charismatic speaker on stage preaching about the next Bitcoin that will change the world forever. And look, this isn't some made-up scenario. This kind of thing happens all the time. You can almost feel that energy in the room, right? That promise of a brand new future, all delivered with the hype of a rock concert.
But what's really going on here goes way deeper than just some financial advice. When the focus shifts from the technology to one single charismatic leader, that's when the line starts to get really blurry. What you're actually seeing is something that looks a whole lot like a modern-day cult, just one born in the digital age.
So, how does a simple financial pitch turn into this all-consuming belief system? Well, to get it, you've got to look at the key players. Let's break it down, starting with the gurus and their true believers.
Okay, so right at the center of this entire universe, you have the guru. Now, this isn't just some analyst or a regular influencer. This person is positioned as like a prophet for the digital age. They're the one person who claims to have the secret formula, the special knowledge that can unlock a future of just unbelievable wealth for anyone who follows them. And of course, surrounding the guru, you have the true believers. And they kind of follow this unwritten playbook that builds up and protects this little echo chamber. They'll defend their leader against any and all criticism, they spread the gospel of the coin to recruit new members, and they will immediately shut down anyone who dares to doubt them. You know those Telegram or Discord groups? Yeah, they stop being places for discussion and start feeling, well, a lot more like prayer groups.
And let's be super clear here. This is not a new thing. It's a pattern that just keeps repeating. I mean, just think back to 2017 and the whole Bitconnect fiasco, promising guaranteed daily returns, which is a huge red flag. The tactics, the language, it's shockingly similar to what we see today, where influencers parade around with, rented Lambos as proof that they've got the secret sauce.
So what's the real takeaway here? It's that a crucial shift happens. The investment stops being about the technology or the code or any of the fundamentals. It becomes a deeply emotional investment, placed entirely in the personality of the guru.
Okay, so that's the who and the how. But the really big question, the one we all have, is why? Why do people get drawn into these things? And the answer, it turns out, has a lot less to do with finance and a whole lot more to do with the psychology of hope.
It's so easy to look at this from the outside and just judge, right? But the pull is incredibly powerful, and it taps into something really, really human that we all have. See, the journey into this kind of belief system, it usually happens in a few steps. First, you've got uncertain times. People feel lost, they're worried about the economy, and they're craving some kind of certainty. Then, right on cue, a guru shows up offering a super simple solution, a one true path. For someone who's struggling, that promise of financial freedom feels like a total lifeline. And here's the crazy part. Crypto's complexity actually helps the guru. It creates the perfect fertile ground for someone to claim they have secret knowledge that the rest of us just don't get.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's the digital version of a gold rush preacher. It perfectly captures that dynamic. Someone standing on a digital soapbox, promising riches to a crowd of hopefuls who are just desperate to believe.
But, it's not just about the leader or even the money. There's this entire culture that springs up around these projects. And that culture is really a two-sided coin. On one side, you've got this incredible sense of community. But on the other, there's immense and often totally hidden risk.
And this is a really crucial distinction to make. Not every passionate crypto community is a cult, not at all. A healthy, enthusiastic community, they believe in the technology. They encourage healthy debate. A crypto cult, on the other hand, believes in the guru's mystical insight. It demands absolute loyalty, and it dismisses any and all criticism with one simple word: FUD.
So what makes these groups so sticky? It's that they give people a powerful sense of belonging. They create their own culture, and it's complete with all these digital age rituals. Think about it. The weekly live streams that feel more like sermons, the community chants like HODL, the shared mantras like we're early. All of this stuff builds a common identity and a powerful shared mission. It's potent.
Now, I've said that word FUD a couple of times, and it's so important to understand what it really is. Yeah, it stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt, but it's used as way more than just an acronym. It's a weapon. It's a thought-stopping tool that they use to instantly dismiss any red flags, any negative information, any valid criticism as just an attack from jealous haters.
And all of this, the silencing of any doubt, the blind faith in one person, it all leads to the ultimate risk. When you throw research and reason out the window for faith, the financial danger is just astronomical. We're not talking about a small loss. We are talking about the potential to lose 100%, every single dollar.
So when you wrap all this up, the players, the psychology, the culture, it really all boils down to one final critical question.
And here's maybe the biggest takeaway from this whole thing. In these hyper-loyal, guru-led communities, the coin itself, that's not the real product being sold. The real product is the belief system. It's the community, the identity, the hope. That's what people are actually buying into.
So this is the question I want to leave you with. Think of it like a filter you can use. The next time you come across one of these projects with this kind of intense, almost religious following, just stop and ask yourself, are these people actually discussing the merits of the technology, or are they preaching salvation?
And this last quote just wraps it all up perfectly. Remember, in crypto, the loudest voices aren't always the wisest. Sometimes they're just the ones selling tickets to the cult. In a world with so much hype, it's just a critical reminder to always look for the substance behind the show. Thanks for tuning in.